Hey, everybody, it's Sunday. What are we doing today? Hey, Joe Virus. Hey, Muffet Lou. Analytical Blarney. Sarah Bowman. Indigo Twin. I missed you today. I'm sorry that you missed it, babe. We'll always have another one. But you were missed. Denise Doyen. Lavender Bridges. Jason P. and Mods. Thank you for being here. Andrew. We got our new guy, Andrew. I'm so happy that we have one new member. Well, and Barbara Waite from yesterday was fairly new. Hey, Rogue Hedgie, welcome to the new people. But Andrew, thank you for being here with us. Andrea, West Coast Fancy Nancy, Fly Famile, Kathleen Menzies. That's cute. Deanna Downey, Beach Bum Beagle, Marsha, King's Kid. It's been a minute. Hey, Florence Southard, Nicole the Kiwi. Helena, if you're not feeling it, girl, don't do it. I want you to feel better. Jessica West. Hey, Ursina, we missed you today. Dang, I wish you would have been there. Puka Vista. Hey, Virus. Jeanette Brown. Marie Marion. Pam Fredette. Hey, Joel Sachs. Annie Strews. Sarah from Cali, that sucks, but I'm glad you made it for 15 minutes. Hey, Kestrel, Lori in Georgia, Tracy Murphy, A Time to Change. Love you, baby angel. Hey, Goosebump, Just Joan. That's okay. We'll catch you next month. I wish you would have been there, but that's okay. Dr. MLS, welcome. Mousy. Thank you, guys. Tiff Val Ray, welcome. Gemini Girl, hey, huzzah. Welcome back, Mr. Pants. Carrie Ann, we'll talk about that. Hey, Amy Dagg, G, Buddy Neverin, Ann Jones, Aunt Nene Hobbs. Of course. What a nice thing to say, Indigo Twin. I love you, girl. I love you, Haley. Lilac Lime, Janetta, Violet Butterfly, Eileen S, Silver Bird. Hey, Aria. Hey, Alicia. Han Ratty. I haven't seen you for a minute either. Karen Tootie Greeny, Joe Virus, love you. Beans Mama. Hey, Anita Card. Inner Sparkle Monkey. Yeah, I feel like it's been a minute. I haven't seen you. Kat K. Love Yourself. Robin Miners. I missed you today, Robin. Hey, Lumen again. Mary Barons. I hope you're doing better, Mary. Jin. Pat Jonas. Oh, okay, Ursina. I'm sorry. I'm behind on messages. I will get to you. Hummers, bees, and butterflies. That's cute and welcome. Yes, Kestrel. That will happen for you. Libby Jackson. Hey, Bob. Meryl West. Yorkie Mom. Nice, Yorkie Mom. Tony Tudor. Armine. I love talking with you. A lot of these guys were in the Zoom call. We had the Zoom call today, and Wiener Mama, cute, long-time lurker. First time commenting. Well, welcome, babe. I love it when people speak up. We had a great Zoom call today. It was much needed for me. I want to say thank you. Lori in Georgia, I think it's just you. Sorry to bail earlier. I'm not in trouble with your mom. Okay, good. I'm actually glad to hear that, Lydia Krause. She was on the Zoom call. Laura Dupree was on the Zoom call. Tennessee Treasure Finder, Failed Pessimist. Jessica MCFC. Just a Northern Girl. Hey, Sophia. Thank you, Michelle Ferrier. It's crazy here today. Hand ratty. Okay, I love that. Tallulah. Thank you, guys. It's really hot. I love this kind of weather, but it's weird because it's so cold in the morning and in the evenings, but then during the day it's weird. And it's like, do I need to turn on the AC? So I'm sorry I have a tank top on again today. I did not obviously wear this to the Lord's house. I dressed up for that. But right now I had to take it off. I had to. I did not turn the air on. Hey, Matt's mom, Marisa Robertson. Sharon HL, welcome back. That's okay, Inner Sparkle Monkey. Hey, Helen Merritt. Angela Keys. Alexa Dune. Baby Steps was there. Hi, all. Sorry I missed the Zoom. I have yet to take part. Love you all. It's okay, Cindy. I love you, girl. We text, but thank you. Thanks for saying that and being a member. Adventures with Beth. Hey, happy birthday tomorrow, Beth. That's awesome. I love that for you. I hope it's a good day. Care Bear Share, Jen Pookie, VJ Burke, Kaz, Lisa Tate. Thank you. Rockstar hair today. Is it? Is it? Thank you for saying that. Tina Mays, Katie Fulton, ex-witness Vernon, welcome. I did go to church today. Hey, Tampa B, Andrea Malloy, Rhoda, Russ Allen is back. Russ, thanks for being with us. That's really kind. Big Z, NH Carroll, Gina Barrows, welcome. I'm recognizing some names that I'm not sure that you guys come in very often. If there's new people, I just want to say really, truly welcome. Kazaa J. Oh my God, a time to change. You're hilarious. Pebbles. Yes, Big Z, and I'm glad you do. Hey, Leslie Mosley. Trish O. Is Panko in here? Marlugo's back. I love that. Marlugo, I love talking to you, and I just want to tell you that. And I also meant to tell you when I was putting on my lip stain, I was thinking of you. I think of you every time now because we didn't give the poor girl instructions. So she just slathered it on like a gloss and did that. You have to like carefully put it on, and I'm no good at it. But I feel bad that I didn't say anything. My mammogram is tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if I have like phantom pain, but my boobs hurt. And I only get painful boobs when I'm pregnant. So we know I'm not pregnant. So I think it's just, they're just scared, but they hurt. Hey, Melody, like weird hurt. Claudia M, disco. Why the puke face? Is that a troll thing or are you just puking in real life? Kiwi girl Eleanor, Sarah Kramer. Andrew, what is the Zoom? Hey, Kathy, Terry Morgan. Why am I still holding on to my boobs? Joanne Hawley, thank you for the hot sauce packets, babe. The Zoom we're talking about, Dom Gloves. Gertie is still going to go to the vet tomorrow. I'm not feeling right about it. She's better today. We just walked, but I still feel like let's just be safe. The Zoom. Well, good Lord. Speaking of which, speaking of the good Lord, are you all right? You look sad. I'm not feeling good about it. You're awfully little. Did you know that you were going to be this little good God girl? Did you know that you were born right next to the Lord? And I heard him tell it today in church. They sang your song. They said, born next to the Lord, next to the Lord. We had the same hair today. Hey, Galen. What was I saying a second ago? I don't know if she has a fever, SJ. What was I saying? I was going into something else. Somebody help me. Oh, Tampa B, I got these glasses. You like them? Thanks, babe. Oh, the Zoom call. Andrew, it's not that important. You just asked, so I'm answering. He's doing good, Vernon. Actually, I just checked his little raisin bag. The upper tiers of the memberships, Gertie and Fred tiers, once a month, we call it a brunch. And on Sundays at noon, we do a Zoom call where we all just sit and chat. It was so much fun. It's always fun. They're usually a few hours long. Today was 3 hours. And we just chat. And today, I got to be honest, I needed it. I hope that, again, I'm going to apologize again. I apologized like 7 times. Hey, little bubble. Hey, Phoenix Rising. J9, thank you. Carrie, Kar, I love that you made it, girl. I apologize a ton in this Zoom because I kind of dumped on everybody. I felt like I have things that I needed to talk about and I just kind of let loose. I tend to do that. That is my biggest downfall, I would say, in life. I know, Meredith Lynn, but that's been a thing for me my whole life. I don't have any boundaries and I don't have any friends, like real friends that I talk to all the time, like women do, like girlfriends. And I don't tell my mom anything. Rogue Hedgie. So I dumped on everybody today and I just gave all my problems. And, I really needed to do that. I'm afraid it's going to come back to bite me and it may. And again, whole life, been doing it my whole life. Hey, 91M, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. They are fun to meet everyone in the chat. I wasn't the only one talking, obviously. I know, Yorkie Mom. Catherine B, we didn't get to talk much today in the Zoom, but I'm so glad you were there. I have to tell you that. Guys, like Sharon HL, you never say much. There's a few of you that are just kind of lurkers in the Zoom call. But I want to say how much I appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys. I tell you every month, you don't have to have a membership. Like if you cancel, I get it. It's totally fine. It's never required. But the people who continue to come and the new ones, I just want to say how much I appreciate it. Robin W., you were such a cheerleader for me today. Thank you. Yeah, Mandy Albert. Angie Mo. Thank you, Eileen S. It's just, I don't get to sit down a lot and just chat with a friend. Yorkie Mom. Oh my God, he was an attractive man. We have a guy that was in the Zoom chat. He didn't say anything the whole time till the end, and he didn't show his face till the end. And he's a lurker. He doesn't say much, but my God, I felt bad for him because like every woman in there was like, "Hey, dibs." There's Panko. Okay, Panko, I was asking where you were. Anna Banana, Rose, welcome. Thank you, Katie Fulton. Karen Tootie Greenie, I love you too, babe. Thanks for being a member. No. Rogue Hedgie and I talk. Rogue Hedgie is one of my only friends that I talk to on the side, but it's just, I don't know. I know Armine. Armine was very helpful to everybody, was super helpful today. You guys were very understanding. I just felt like I dumped a little bit too much, and I tend to do that to people. Shelly was so amazing in there. I love you, Catherine B, for real. I mean it too. So I just have to say those Zoom calls, I look forward to every month. Am I secretly Canadian? That would be kind of cool. Why do you say that, cheeky brat? Oh, because I keep saying sorry. Is that why? Because I keep apologizing. I tend to take all the accountability for the room. I tend to not only apologize for me, but for everybody else, because it's a Scientology thing. Like you have to be responsible for everything. So I think that's where sorry. Yeah, I changed clothes again because Marlugo, I went and walked and I got super sweaty. It's super warm here. So I took my shirt off and I was like, I can't. I was sweating already in that Zoom call. Hey, squirrel girl. So we're just rocking it with a tank again. I mean it though. Shamey. I mean it, guys, as far as Bobby, what are you doing, Bubs? Not you, Lydia. You just sit there and relax with your poor, sad little butt. Raymond, you really brought it today too. Yeah. I think today went well, and I'm happy we were able to help take some stuff off your back. It was just really helpful to, my God, did I not know you were in Nebraska? What the hell? Huh. I guess I didn't know that, Panko, and I'm upset that I didn't know that. Maybe I did know that. Yeah, Kiwi girl. That was a lot of dumping. That's amateur level where I'm from. Well, I'm not used to doing that, and I needed to do it. So again, I just thank you. And if you, Donna Lane, Gertie's beehole is a little bit inflamed. Hey, Koala Crafts, Debbie with an I. Speaking of Debbie, has anybody seen Deb S? Where the hell is Deb S? Vernon, I'm going to get to that. Diane Whipperling, also Nebraska. Guys, you know I'm from Omaha. That's amazing. Sweden is cold. I'd like to go to Sweden. Wonder if I would fit in there. Be courteous. Welcome from Ireland. That's awesome. Yeah, it's very warm. It feels great. I've got the windows open, but it's also like that weird in between where you're like, hey, Shady, come here. Hi. That's our special boy. He's a special one. Isn't he so cute? Speaking of Ireland, he's Irish. That's why his name is Seamus. He came from Ireland. Hey, Laura Lou. Oh, I love this cat. Even though he's possibly deaf and might have a little bit of brain damage, we're not sure. I really love him. I feel like he understands me. And my mom was like, do you still like him? I was like, of course I still like him. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I knew it, cheeky brat. Bubsy, we love you, Shamey. Even though you don't know how to use the litter box, he craps outside of the litter box all the time. And then Bo goes and cleans it up before I can get to it. And it makes me insane. Hey, Amy Edge. Seamus is a really cool cat. I like him a lot. I woke up this morning and he was right next to me sleeping. And I love that. I love sleeping with animals. Like if I could sleep with more animals, I would. But it's probably illegal. And we know that my ex-husband's trying to put me in jail as it is. So let's just leave that. I don't feel like going back to prison. Dee Dee Dazzle, welcome. Hey, Diana H. What's this now? I know I'm not important here or anywhere, but I love this channel and these people. Why would you say that? Diana H, we love you. I've emailed with you personally. No one feels that way, girl. We're here to lift people up. No one's not important at all on this channel. That's crazy. I don't want anybody to feel that way. I'm sorry that you feel that way, girl. Let's change that. See, we're glad you're here. We love you. And I love that, Kestrel. Almost overslept this morning. Almost overdid it. Almost didn't go because we both overslept. I even set an alarm, but I just blew right through that thing. So what an experience, huh? What a time. What a time to be alive. I will continue to do this for my child. I went to church and I did feel a little bit like Al Pacino at the end of Mrs. Ivy. It's good to see you. Hey, Sam Fiberfox, at the end of The Devil's Advocate. I definitely don't belong. Let's just put it there. Let's just say it. Let's just put it out there. It's too late for me. I know that I can form my own relationship with God. It's not too late for that. But I do not belong in church. I'm not a candidate for it. I shouldn't be there. I love you, Breezy 435. Thank you, VJ Burke. Let me put it this way. It was a nice experience. The people were very nice. I felt like I stood out for some reason. Now, I told you guys I was going to get dressed up, and I did. I wore a cute flowy pant with a belt, with a gold buckle, and I wore a cute button-down blouse with matching gold buttons to offset the belt. And then I did a blazer and just a black leather bag because I wasn't sure. Like I didn't want to be too crazy. Thank you, Lumen. No, Panko, I was not brought up that way. However, I'm glad I experienced it. And I can just say that I know it's not for me. It's absolutely not for me. But again, so we got there, and it was larger. It was larger. Parking lot was full. Yeah, Alicia, you get it. I don't even really know where to begin here. And I don't want to I was told about 250 people, Ray. I don't want to offend anyone. Let's just start off this way. It was called Church of Christ. I don't know. There seem to be a lot of those out here. And I got too shy about it. I did not take my coffee in. I wanted to take my coffee in. I was scared to bring the coffee in. But then I saw all these women bringing in their damn Stanley cups, like those giant water bottles. And I was like, damn it. I really wish I would have brought my coffee in. And people were very nice. Let me just start by saying that. I just felt very awkward. We walked in and people were in your face right away. And here's another weird thing. I don't love shaking hands. I'm not a germaphobe, but like I touch my face a lot. I always like play with my beard, and I don't like touching other people's hands and then touching myself. I just get grossed out. It's a thing for me. That and like, hey, V McWilliams, like escalator railings, door handles. I just get kind of grossed out. How did I decide which church to go to? Do I have lipstick on my teeth? No. I ran into a nice lady and her husband and son, and normal, very normal people out here, very kind. And her son was Huxley's age. I met them. What are you doing? Quit with the nonsense, Bo. Um, and we just hit it off. And I chatted with this woman out. She lives out here. She's from this area, and her husband was really nice. And yeah, Marlugo. And I said, while we were our meeting, she brought up church. And I said, oh, that's crazy. My son wants to go to church. Where do you guys go? So she told us, and I gave her my number and she texted it to me. That's the only reason we went to this church. Jeannie Hansen. I think enjoyed it. I think Huxley enjoyed it. He was very quiet. He seemed to absorb it. I was spending my whole time observing everything. I was studying everyone. Hey, Monica M. So we got there, and there was, it started at 10. We got there 10 till. We got there at 9:50, and we came in, and there was just people like flooded everywhere. And a lady came up to me immediately, and she was like, hi. And she, again, it's a lot. I did not bring my coffee in. I got too scared. And I said hello, and she was like, I'm whatever her name was. And she was like, what's y'all's name? And I said, this is weird. My name must be hard to say. That's why every time I introduce myself, I go, Reese like the candy. Reese like the candy. Because if I say Reese, people go, Reese? Therese? It's so weird. So I just have to go, Reese like the candy. Get it? Got it? Good. So I said Reese, and she was like, what's that now? And I said, Reese, like the candy. And poor Huxley, same thing. People were like, Oxley, Humby, Hoxley, like nobody. I felt really bad. At one point, we were like, Reese, Huxley. Like it was crazy. I felt like I was talking to Fred. Like just, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, well, people were nice. Let's just put it that way. Very welcoming. So we got past that lady, and then there was another lady after her, and she was like, hi, welcome. And I was like, ah. And then we got past her. Hey, Cheryl Roberts. And then we got to I felt like it was the Church of Scientology when you're trying to leave an event. There's like 19 people you have to go through to get to the door. And you're never going to get to the door because people stop you and they're like, where are you going? What are you doing? How you been? So that was kind of how it was. I'm Catholic, but I don't go to church every Sunday. I believe that my relationship with God can happen anywhere, at home, the park. See, that's more, and I don't even have a relationship with God yet, Marlugo. So I want to develop it slowly. Now I can handle people bombarding me. It doesn't make me uncomfortable, guys. I'm very social. I know how to deal with, I'm fast on my feet. Like it didn't freak me out, but it was still like, whoa. Hey, Susie with an S. That's right, Darlene Harris. So we got past her, and then we got to a couple of guys, and I was like, that's where I'm trying to get to. And we got this really cute dude named Kevin. And I was like, Kevin looks like my age range. Kevin and I shook hands. And then I got to an older man that was almost too old. He was a little bit too crispy for me. And I know that's saying a lot. So finally I was like, is this the door? Can we like get in there? Because so many people were like, where are you guys from? We've never seen you before. I just have always been curious about God. Why do you feel you need a relationship with God? Flo, it's more now than ever in my life that I'm craving it. Bo, what the hell are you doing? Can you get your life together and make the right choices, perhaps? Don't act like you don't speak English. You're a poodle. God dang, son. Good Lord. Do you think that maybe you could make the proper life choices? Oh, he's so nice. He's a good person. He's a good person. And he's probably a man of God himself, and I don't even know it. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. He's smiley and he's friendly. So I feel like I have a pull lately more toward God than ever because of my Scientology background. I was told all lies. I was told there was no God. I've always craved a relationship of with the unknown. It's been so, am I craving God or a community? God. Definitely not a community. I have my community here. I don't need more people for sure. Like the church part is the part I don't like, actually. Hey, Heather in the library. Like I would like to be able to be left alone and just go and understand what they're saying. But instead, I feel like it's today anyway. It was hi, 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 hi. And I think they expected me to know what church was. And I, of course, didn't share that. I was trying to be as quiet as possible. Andrew, I thought you became a member yesterday, but thank you so much. And I'm just glad that you're here. You're here with us. Thank you, Heather in the library. So I walked into this damn room. I was like, can we get through these doors? And it was packed. And that's not comfortable for me. I was like, I grabbed Puxie and I was like, we're not sitting up front in case I need to get up and get out. Like I was thinking like I may have to stand up and like pretend to go to the bathroom and just take a breather because I don't know how this is going to go. I was deeply uncomfortable. So there's like one open little section in the second to the last pew in the back of the room. And I went, perfect, grab it. And we went to grab it and there was a cell phone sitting there. And I went, or not, like, never mind. And I thought, shit, we're going to have to go to the front. So this cute lady comes up and she goes, oh, that's all right. She was like, you can sit with us. You can sit here with us. And I was like, yeah, I don't really want to. And she goes, my name. And she was very nice. Don't get me wrong. But like, it was just a lot. It was very overwhelming. And she was like, I'm whatever. And she goes, I think you might have met my husband, Kevin. And I was like, damn it. Kevin's married. Kevin was cute. I was into it. And I think he was into me. Probably not. I think I'm just craving attention. The unknown, to believe there's something powerful out there, the faith and comfort of it all. Yeah, it's the unknown. And I want to develop a relationship, but I want to, Marlugo, on my terms. Chamira, I'm so glad you were in the call today. And Mark Lugo, thank you for your super chat again. I just want it to be on my terms. I don't like religion being pushed on you and being in Scientology. Hey, Amanda, dear. I know all about shoving shit down your throat, right? So I was not wanting that. They didn't really do that. I think they were just like excited to see a new person, right? So we sat back there and I think so, Panko. I'll tell you right now though. I sat next to, and I'm being silly, but I sat next to a much older man and he made me feel so calm and like he was the only thing that grounded me and he didn't even know it. Like he was much older. I would say he was 75. He had your old man jacket on that they all wear. He had the cute trouser pants. Like he was really cute. And he was very calm and he was like, hi, welcome. And I was like, oh my God. And I found myself staring at his hands. They reminded me of Fred's. He had really big hands. Fred had really big hands playing piano and they were so wrinkled and they looked like paper. But like to me, it was something to admire. I'm not being gross. I wasn't turned on. I found safety in that. Like there's such this rush. Like I found myself like wanting to scoot closer to him because he felt safe to me. Like he just felt like I sat there thinking about him and I was like, there's so many reasons. It's not some sick father daddy issue, which I'm sure a lot of that is. But I was sitting there thinking, I bet he could teach me so much. I bet he's been to so many places. I bet he's seen so much. I bet he's heard so much. That's what I loved about Fred. Fred had seen it all. Fred had been everywhere. He'd experienced everything and he had so much to teach me. And he was so patient. So patient. He had all the time in the world. And I found myself feeling that way with this man next to me. But anyway, there was a lot of screaming kids, which I was surprised about. Like a lot of like really loud kids talking, and that made it hard to hear what the guy was saying. But here's my problem with church. Hey, upwardly vocal. Hey, Holly Day. Here's my problem. I don't belong there. Not even a little bit. I have no idea what they were talking about. And I knew that's what was going to happen to me. They went right into like scripture and the sermon. Now, I will say I followed a tiny bit of what the sermon was about. It was about pride. He was talking about pride today and how he said, you will block God from your life if you have too much pride and ego. And I was like, where is Jeff? Why isn't Jeff here listening to this? So I got that little tiny part, but then, oh, Alicia, I just checked. I don't have a super chat from you, girl. I do not want to miss super chats. I don't like doing that to people. I'm already sad that I'm missing the chat, but I'm trying to talk at the same time. But thank you for the thought, Alicia. He went right into first of all, there's a lot of singing and no music. I don't understand why there has to be singing at church. I don't want to sing. And there was, I think, 8 or 9 songs, and I'm not comfortable with that either. Like, I would rather listen to what you're saying. I don't really want to come here to sing. That's just my own opinion. But this guy went right into what I knew he would. It would be like if you came to a Scientology service, okay? You're brand new, you've never been. You sit down, and I'm like, today we're going to talk about the first, second, and third dynamic. Now, when you go clear, but first when you go OT and when you're exterior in the body, but if you can just as is, if I start using all these words, you have no idea what I'm saying. You're going to go, what? And you're going to glaze over. And he was saying all kinds of words I don't know the meaning of. And then he started talking about people, some guy named Nicotini. I don't remember. He went on and on about some man named Nicodemus and Nicotinus. I thought it was strange that it resembled nicotine. And then he talked about some guy that God turned into a beast for 7 years. If Scientologists sang, I might consider attending. I'll put in a good word for that, Robin. So yeah, I just again, he went in, it was way too much. It was like way too steep for me of a step. I had no idea what stories, and the guy said, which he was a good speaker, he was a good guy, but he was like, he kept saying, and I thought, man, I'd like to go give a good word after this and tell him, like, for a brand new person, this sucked. But I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't want to shame anybody, but he was like, now, as we all know, he was like, per scripture 21:14 Corinthians. And if you look at what Paul said on 11:23 on the first page and I was like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. This is a foreign language to me. Now, that's not his fault. That's not anybody's fault that was in there. But that's why I'm not a candidate for church. I had no one there to explain it to me, and I had no idea. It was way over my head. This is fun, hearing how you viewed religion. Well, I don't want to offend anybody, though. I'm not making fun of this. It's just, it was Church of Christ. We Stand Tall is a great tune. Words from a book showed me the way to be free of the shadow. But it doesn't matter what denomination. Like, Jeff took me to a Methodist church and the same thing happened. They're like, now, according to scripture, and I got creeped out. I have to be honest. I got very creeped out. I thought it was strange. Reese, you'll offend people either way. God, that's so true. I told Huxley that last night. I said, I don't care how many subs I lose. It's not a game anymore. I don't care. I could literally save babies and puppies out of burning buildings, and people would be like, yeah, but look at what she did there. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit anymore. If you fucking take it or leave it. Like, you want to be here, be here. If not, I don't care. There's so many ways I offend people, and I've moved on from it in life. But the price of that freedom we all must pay from now. You don't know how many times I used to watch We Stand Tall as a child. Puppy grifter, absolutely. There's so much. Going to Jeff's Methodist church was the same thing. I don't understand anything. And then I found myself getting very creeped out. There was songs that really gave me the creeps. And this is how I went. Hey, Sandy Wandy. Look, I know that people like to examine me like I'm some kind of green bug because I came from the cult of Scientology, but I'm sorry, I stepped into your fishbowl today and it was no different to me. I felt the way you guys feel about Scientology. I was like, holy fucking cult. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know why I'm so weird or stand out or Scientology does. And I know that's going to piss people off. But I was sitting there listening to people chant and like sing. And they were like, Jesus is your best friend more than anybody. Lean on Jesus or you will die a horrible death and burn in hell. And I was like, what? Why is this any different? Like, why is this? I don't know. I'm sorry if that offends you, but from an outsider who's never experienced anything like that, I was watching like 4-year-olds and they were like, Jesus is my best friend, nobody else. I love Jesus or I go to hell. And I was like, what the? Hello? Okay. I just want to make sure that wasn't going to be a real person. That was the vet's office telling me about Gertie's appointment tomorrow. I'm sorry if that offends people, but it was odd for me. It was very odd to watch that. And it was lyrics like that, though. I'm not kidding. As a matter of fact, I was like, I have to remember, Andrew, I have to remember some of these songs. I wish I could have been like, because I'm serious. Like, this really hot old man next to me became less hot because he was like, I love Jesus, but I don't love you. And if I'm wrong, you can live at the zoo. Helena, you're not wrong. Our fishbowl is bonkers AF. Yeah. Yeah. Christians believe if you don't accept Christ, you're going to go to hell. Well, I'm sorry, but it didn't. Had to come out of lurk mode. I love that, Molly Moon. I'm sorry, guys. Wow, you are so shallow. See, we pissed off Peggy W. I knew somebody was going to get mad. Peggy, I'm sorry, girl. It's been nice knowing you. It's okay. I understand. Karma Chameleon, welcome. Yeah, Original Ann. It's just my viewpoint. It's just how I saw it today. I'm sorry, Grace Ann, you're offended. I'm sorry. I knew it was going to piss some people off. I knew I was going to piss some people off. And I'm sorry. I truly am sorry. But that is the people who are offended right now. Ask yourself if you've made fun of Scientology. So before you throw stones in that glass house, ask yourself if you've thought of Scientology and gone, what a crock. Absolutely. Chris Sheehan, welcome. I'm sorry, but that really gave me the creeps. Oh, it pissed people off. We got some people mad in here. I feel that way about religion in general. I can appreciate the ceremony and the show, but spirituality without dogma is where it's at for me. Yeah, and probably Amy Dag, thank you for your super chat. It probably didn't help that they were saying words that I have no idea what they are. I didn't know what any of the words meant. They were biblical terms that I was like, I wanted to be like, psst, can somebody explain this? Maybe if the songs had a good cellist. Oh, that's a good job for him. The cellist. Hey, Georgia Burke. What words? I don't remember. There was a lot of them, Raymond, that I was like, wait, what? I mean, even this Nicotinus man, it was just different for me. It was very different. And I thought it was, my mom and I were taking a walk today and she was like, yeah, my stepbrother is a pastor. My mom was like, I don't like the singing in church. I don't like the songs. She was like, I just want to go to church to listen. And I was like, I agree. The songs were the weirdest part for me, especially because there was no music. And this dude took his job seriously. He was a really cute bearded man, but he went up there and he was like, I love Jesus and you do too. Like he would not stop with this. And I was like, but there's no music. This is so weird. And of course I wasn't singing. I'm not going to sing, but it was just very uncomfortable. The singing part was uncomfortable. And the reason I keep harping on the singing is because there was so much of it. I was like, okay, good. Now we're going to get back to scripture. I love Jesus. And so I was like, okay. Like, I just want to hear what this guy has to say. Like, I'm hoping that I can connect with something in this sermon, but they kept like, I don't know. They just kept like every time the pastor would speak, then bearded man would stand up and he was like, Jesus is life and no one else, not even your wife or your kids or else. It was so fucked up. Raised Catholic and came to that conclusion at 4. Also, thank you for thanking me, Indigo, and sorry for sending you a poop emoji instead of a heart. Love you. Absolutely. And that should be said. Thank you, Helena. Holly Day, thank you for the super chat, babe. I definitely kept my TRs in. And I'm sure, again, I wish we could go back in time. I was like, the whole time, I was like, and the other thing that was weird, see, I pay attention to everything. I pay attention to sounds, everything. No band, no music, just this bearded dude doing this like nonstop. And I was like, this is not choir practice. I just want to hear like, it was just nothing but Jesus. Like, why don't we sing about God? There was nothing but Jesus. Oh, Alicia, I'm so glad I haven't offended you clearly with your giant super chat. Thank you so much, Alicia. I love you for that. And you're amazing. Reese, the Christian songstress. That's not bad. I like that. Alicia, seriously, you're amazing. Thank you, babe. Thank you. She's always dropping those giant super chats. Thank you. I always appreciate that. Laugh and you're going to hell, people. I can laugh. And if there is a hell, I guarantee you I'll be in it. And I'm well aware of that. But, I'll try a different church. But the weird thing too was, here's the other weird thing. This was so weird because, again, I pay attention to things. There was a lot of older women. Oh, is that why Christians believe Jesus is God? Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense because I was like, why aren't we singing about God? Why is it all just Jesus? And it was so creepy. It was like, he died for you and he died for me. It was, it was just too heavy for me. It was too much. It was like, the crown of thorns on a big heavy tree. I was like, this is too graphic. There's children in here. It was very uncomfortable. Okay. So the other thing that was weird, there was a row of older diabetic women behind me. I know it. I see it. I spot other diabetics. I am diabetic. I know when you're diabetic. And all these ladies behind me the whole time, I felt like it was that scene in Willy Wonka when they're like, work harder, when all those ladies are in the factory, like unwrapping Willy Wonka wrappers, trying to find the thing, the ticket. I've got the golden ticket. That would have been a fun song in church. Why can't we sing a song we all know? Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Anyway, so these ladies, I wish I had a wrapper. That's all I hear. The whole time. And finally, I paid attention to it, and I was like, what in the hell? What in the Willy Wonka is going on behind me? So I turn around, and there's like 19 women in this whole row unwrapping sugar-free candy and just like popping it throughout the whole thing. That's all they were doing. The whole time. That's all I was hearing. I was like, can you keep it down to a dull roar with your sugar-free candy? Good Lord, at least pass it around. It was pissing me off. Jesus was the Son of God? I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right, Marlugo. Hey, Carol Stewart. It was just too much. There was just too much noise going on for me between the screaming children, the sugar-free candy, and then Huxley. Damn him. Damn Huxley. How many of you remember yesterday me screaming on a live? You got cash? Because I don't have any cash. You're gonna have to spot me some cash. Let's keep it to Reese's point of view and not judge. People are going to judge. Armenia, I'm sure I just lost a shit ton of subs, and you know what? That's okay. Peace be with you. But thank you for your super chat. What was I just saying? Oh, Huxley. Damn that child and his foggy mind. How many times did I say, bring some cash? You're going to have to spot me because I don't have any cash. What happens? These dudes come walking around, and I was like, you got the money? And he was like, I didn't bring anything. And I was like, Christ almighty, son, Christ on the cross. You didn't bring it of all days today. We go anywhere. That kid brings his cash. We go to the thrift store. He's got his wallet. Of course, today it's like, no, I didn't bring any money. Kay Thompson, you had your natural reaction. Yeah, it's baby steps for you now. Listen to your body and mind and make your own path regardless of what it may be. No apologies. Kay Thompson, staying with us. I appreciate that you're not leaving. Thank you, Kay Thompson, and thank you for your super chat. It's just the point that you don't have to give money. But of course, this kid brings money everywhere he goes. And he's like, I don't have any money. And I was like, are you? We're going to get even more judged by the Lord. I'm trying to put in a good word for us. So these dudes come around, scared the ever-living right out of me. Okay. These weird guys come around with these silver trays. And I was like, what is that? And I couldn't quite tell what was in the tray. I thought it was the thing you put money in. Trisha Briggs. I'm half drunk. Oh my God. I should have brought a jester's token. Look at that guy. That would have been cool. Should have put that in the tray. Thank you, Trisha Briggs. So they start passing this damn tray around, and I thought it was for the money. And old man River next to me, who I had a crush on until he started screaming and yelling about Jesus, and if you don't love him, then you're going below the ground. He hands me this tray, and I thought it was breath mints. I was like, oh, it looked like chiclets, like gum. I didn't know what it was. And I said, oh, I said, are those Altoids? And he said, no. I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have been there. He said, no. He said, this is Christ. And I said, what did you just call me, sir? This is what? And I didn't know if he was angry. And he goes, it's Christ. And he said, I'm never going, I can't do this. I don't speak the language. And he said, if you're a member here, you eat one of these. And I said, are they gum? Is it mints? What is it? You say it's Christ. Like, where do you buy Christ? I'm not going to go to the store and be like, can I get a box of Christ? It was so weird. I was like, what do you mean this is Christ? He literally was handing me. He was like, it's Christ. I was like, you're going to have to be more specific because you're creeping me out. Okay. And I'm about to call the cops, and they don't exactly love me in this neck of the woods. Okay. And he goes, if you're a member here, you eat it. And I said, what is it? Is it chewy? Is it soft? Is it gluten-free? You know, maybe somebody needs to know that. And he goes, you only get it if you're a member here. And he goes, you're not a member here. And I was like, you're damn right I'm not a member here. I'm leaving. So he said, you have to get baptized. if you're going to do this. And I was like, well, you know what? You're not going to get any money out of me then if you're not going to share your breath mints. Because that's how that works. You don't want to share your little Christ crackers? Then I'm not going to share any cash. That's how that works. So, of course, we skipped over it. Huxley's listened to this conversation and he was like, he ate it and he put it in his mouth and he was like, what is this? And I said, I don't know. Is it fruity? Is it soft? Is it minty? Like, what is it? It's Christ. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And Huxley was like, I don't know. It's weird. And I said, well, spit it out. I don't know. So we passed that away. And then they pass another tray. And I was like, okay, now what is this supposed to be? Like, what's above Christ? Is this supposed to be God? I don't know. It was so confusing. And they don't explain anything to you. Laugh it up and unsubscribe from me. But honestly, this is your fault. I don't know. I know nothing. You literally are plopping me down somewhere where I've never been and I know nothing about. Shouldn't you explain it? Don't hand me a tray and go, it's Christ. And you can't have any. Okay, then don't hand it to me. So then he hands me another tray with these creepy ass little tiny thimbles full of blood. I don't know what it was, but I felt like Charlie Sheen. I was like, what is this now? And he was like, ugh, and he looked upset. I was like, you know what? You just lost the best thing you ever had. You have no idea that I like old men. Yeah, you just passed on something that would have been really great for you, I promise. Old Man River. I wonder if Publix will do a buy one, get one free on a box of Christ. Oh. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll have to look on Amazon to see if there's a box of Christ. If Hux wants to keep this up, I truly suggest you find someone to explain all this. It's about the relationship to God, not religion. That's how I feel, Holly Day. It was bizarre. It was absolutely bizarre. And I blame the churchgoers. It's like, I'm new here and you know I am. Please explain this to me. Seriously, if somebody walked into the Church of Scientology, I absolutely would be like, okay, so here's how this is done. See, that's the good thing about Scientologists. We don't let you go past a word you don't understand. That's no joke. So I was thinking about it in church today. This dude was saying all these big ass words. I was like, where is Tommy when I need him? Because Tommy, I would be like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. He would have been able to explain it. I didn't know what any of this meant. Hey, Brian Lucas. So he hands me this little thimble of blood. And I was like, thanks. I'll pass on the, extra iron. I don't think so. I don't know what's in that. You could have coughed on it. Like, this is why I don't eat in buffets. We know this. There's arm hairs on everything. There's probably nose hairs floating in it. Absolutely not. There was no lids over it. So I was like, this has been passed from bench to bench. I'm not swallowing this tiger's blood. So he rolled his eyes and he was like, ugh, and he passed it in front of me. And Huxley went, I'm not drinking that. And I was like, you're damn right you're not drinking that. You're my only child. It's probably fentanyl. If I had to guess, it's probably fentanyl. Hey, Braden, thanks for being a member. So it was incredibly uncomfortable. That was my experience today. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. And I know some people are offended by this. That was my take. And let me have my point of view on it. Again, all the people that are offended right now, I guaranteed you have laughed at Scientology and made fun of it. So, and I know you can say, well, my religion's a religion. Scientology isn't. Well, potato, potato. I believed it was a religion, right? The sermon kept getting messed up. Who asked me that? Was that Maleficent? The sermon, I was trying to listen, and then some dude would jump in and be like, Christ is the Lord. And I was like, I don't have Gertie with me to decipher. Try an online church, probably better. It's easier and you get more out of the sermon. I know a good one. Well, thank you, Galen. Thank you so much. It's probably a better step in the right direction. Thank you for your super chat. Helena, obviously I've been out of church a long time. You can buy communion wafers and wine on Amazon. Do you bring your own? Oh my God. Is it like BYOB, like bring your own beer? Do you bring your own Christ crackers? That would be weird. Wouldn't that be weird if they passed the Christ tray to me and I was like, I got my own. Thanks. So brought my own. Spicy Christ. I like Christ to have a little bit of sriracha. I like a little bit of a more bold flavored Christ. Thank you so much, though. I like my Christ to be gluten-free. How weird was it that this dude was like, literally passed me this tray and he was like, it's Christ. Like he was mad at me about it. I was like, okay, dad, like, what does that mean? Can you expound on that? I'm not about to pop some. I thought it was a chiclet. Like I thought it was just a breath mint because everybody was, those ladies behind me were eating all that candy. And I thought maybe people were just getting upset that they didn't share. So they were just like passing stuff around like a snack because in between all that singing, perhaps, I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, and this is a missed opportunity. Um, I think it would be smart. Like maybe I'll start my own church out here because I think it would be smart to go to a church and go for all of the new people today. For every Sunday, we're going to break this down. I love you, Teresa. Like we're going to break it down and we're going to explain what we're doing and we're going to explain. Don't you guys think that it would have been nice to go instead of this dude assuming I know everything about little Christ? Like he was like, as we all know in Paul's epistles, 14:12, as we all were aware, he kept doing that. And I was like, well, we are not all aware, dude. This is a fishbowl I've never been in. I don't know anything about it. That was my experience. It was awkward and I will do it again for my child. I don't know, honestly. Oh yeah. So then they passed around this damn plate for money. And I didn't feel bad about it after that. I was like, after old dude next to me was like, you can only eat the chiclet of Christ if you're a member here. And I was like, how can I be a member here? It's my first day. Why are you excluding me? Yeah. I'll take my Christ spicy. I felt excluded. Yeah, I felt unwelcome after he did that to me. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm not going to give any money. I'm glad that Huxley forgot his cash. Convenient, though, honestly. Convenient. Convenient, son. So then they passed around this tray and there were people throwing in cash. And I said, I'm going to pass on that because I'm not a member here. So clearly you don't share your Christ crackers with me. I'm not going to share my Christ dollars with you. And that's how that happened. Now, I wish that it had been fun, a more fun experience. Again, for the people who are angry with me right now, I deeply apologize. I just wish that I had known more about what they were saying. I wish that the guy would have said, instead of going, as we all knew, like we were all there or something. Like, I don't know. It was just very awkward. And again, it would be like you coming next time, ask for the dip. Do you have any French onion with this? I feel like if you guys had stepped into my church, okay, if you guys came to a Scientology Sunday service, I would have been like, okay, so here's what we're doing. Here's how we do it. Here's what this means. Otherwise, it would be like me saying, everybody have a seat. We stand tall. How did I pick the church, Nachos Mom? I've met some lady. I love The Witches of Eastwick so much. That's like one of my favorite movies. Okay, Alicia, good. I don't want anyone to be upset with me. I mean, we all know people are upset with me anyway, just because I exist. But I would at least not leave you guys hanging at a Scientology church service because I would be speaking a language in Scientology that you would have no idea what I was saying. You wouldn't have a clue. And that's what happened to me today. I was like, this is kind of unfair that you assume that I was there when Christ was born. Gertie was there. I was not there. So it kind of bothers me that you're going right into these tells about Nicodemus and is it Nicotinus? I couldn't understand because I was in the back of the room and I was like, nicotine? Nicotinus? Like, where does that derive from? What is the derivation on Nicotinus? And then some guy that he said God turned into a beast for 7 years. Awkward. It was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't like that story, and I don't understand the stories, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Bigsy, I don't have to join a church. I'm not looking to go to church. My son came to me 4 or 5 days ago and said, "Can you take me to church? I want to go to church." So I will do anything that Huxley would wants there. And I will take him to church, and I will sit there quietly. And once he finds a church that he really likes, I already asked him if it would be okay after 6 or 7 times, and we get to know people, if I go sit and wait in the car, because I just don't feel like, maybe if I brought someone with me that could go, okay, so here's what's happening and here's what this means. But sitting there trying to decipher what they're saying was impossible to me. And then my friendly friend next to me going, "Here, it's Christ, but you can't eat it because you're not a member." And I was like, I wasn't feeling it. And then to pass on the tiger's blood was too much for both of us. Again, that could have been fentanyl. That stuff is rampant. The church was an hour. It was an hour. So we're going to probably look into another one. Nicotinus. Yeah. Is that a male or a female name? Nicotinus? I don't know. It's a different kind of name. Has anybody met a Nicotinus, or is that just like a biblical? I know some people choose biblical names for their children. Don Gloves, I don't know. Seemed odd. Like, did he die of smoking? Like, was that why that was his name? I don't know. Did they smoke back then? I don't know. Nicodemus. Okay. So there's quite a few. I talked to my parents today. There's quite a few little tiny churches around here, but honestly, I don't know that that's going to be good either, because they're probably full of old people, and that's good for me, but not Huxley. So I thought, Beth Smith, I got it, girl. Thank you. I thought he fell out of a tree. Oh my God. Well, I guess there wasn't a lot to do back then, would there be? It's not like he would say he crashed his car. He fell out of a tree. I'm sure that's how everybody died or got hurt back then, right? What else was there to do but climb trees? I like the idea of a tiny church as well, but I just have a feeling they're going to be judgmental. And like I said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of kids. The church that I went to today had quite a few kids, and I thought, well, this is probably good. An older, like a tiny little church around here probably is not going to be a good choice. However, I'm going to try that. We're going to try out 4 or 5 churches, I think, and just see. But it was, even leaving when it was over, my elderly gentleman friend that wouldn't let me eat the Christ chiclet was like, "Well, thanks for coming." He was like, "Thanks for coming." And I was like, "Yeah, are you glad I was here? Because you wouldn't let me eat the little tiny chiclet that was this big." Like, he really insisted I don't do it. I was like, "Walter, are you really glad that I was here? Because I feel like you were secretly judging me while I was secretly imagining you naked. So clearly we're not on the same page, Walter." Yeah, I don't know what you call those things. Christ crackers. I'm not the one who named it that. The dude shoved a tray in my face and said it's Christ. And I was like, "No, it isn't. That's not." I don't know a lot, but that's not what Gertie was born next to. Is that like Christ chopped up into little wafers? Like, that's not Christ. Let's be more honest about ourselves. My boobs hurt so bad, and I'm worried about my mammogram tomorrow because I never have pain like this. The only time I had boob pain was when I was pregnant. Yeah, also just my cat. The fact that there was no music, but there was serious singing with the dude that was just like freaking out about it. Not my type. It wasn't my style. So when we got up to leave, yeah, Walter said, "Thank you for coming." I don't believe him. I don't believe him at all. So we got up to leave, and it was kind of like leaving the org. There was another row of like 19 people that wanted to talk to us before we left. And they were like, thank you for coming. Come back, come back, come back. And I was like, yeah, I don't know that I felt welcome here. I don't know that I felt welcome here. Okay, well, okay, so this is the body of Christ. Eat in remembrance of me. Looking an outsider looking in, that's an odd tradition for me. That's an odd tradition. That would be like the same thing if you were like, this is the body of LRH. Here's his rotten teeth. Eat this. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me, but I'm just trying to break down, honestly, traditions and how you guys think that, like, yes, it was Church of Christ. How you guys, like, are used to this. I'm not. And this was my second time going to church. And I just want to say, as much as everybody makes fun of Scientology, to me, this wasn't that different. I didn't see a whole lot of difference. It was very cult like to me. There was a lot of chanting. Walter was rude with the weird Christ Crispies. Watch the movie The Passion of the Christ. It explains a lot. I never saw that movie. I never saw that. Thank you, YB Normal. Jeff made me watch a movie called like Nazareth, and it was like 14 hours long. That was different for me. I did watch it and I got really, oh my God. This is weird. I'm scared to get this mammogram tomorrow. My boobs really hurt. Okay, Beth Smith, Colty. Yeah, so all I'm trying to say is this. I'm going to try out other churches. I'm going to see what I can find. I wish I had someone to go with me to kind of break shit down for me. But at the same time, I'm not as dumb as I look and I'll figure it out. From more fun than sitting at home. Welcome. Watch The Chosen Show, 5 seasons, Story of Christ. That sounds like quite a commitment. That almost sounds like a boyfriend, but I will give it a try. What is it on? What platform is it on? Sorry, guys. Really hurts. I'm truly, honestly not making jokes at this point. I know it's all you guys know. Think about that for a minute. People who come on here and go to church, okay? People who grew up in church, what have you. It's all you know. Scientology was all I knew. So from the outside looking in, going into a church, it wasn't that different. It wasn't that different. No witness, or ex-witness Vernon. This started about 3 days ago. Teresa, funny story about my brother when he was young in church. When the priest said we were going to eat the body of Christ and drink the blood, my brother started screaming, blood. Mom, they're drinking blood. See, your brother had it. I would have been terrified as well. Absolutely. No question. Thank you for your super chat, babe. It's not that different coming from an outsider looking in. Okay. It's not that different. And for those of you who laugh at Scientology, which I don't blame you, get a good laugh out of it. It is hilarious. It's a big joke. Scientology is a big joke. But for 38 years of my life, it was not a big joke. Not at all. I took it very seriously and it was my religion. Okay. So when I came in today to view your religion, it didn't seem that different to me. It didn't seem that different to me. And I think that there'd be a lot less fighting in this world and division if we looked at it from eyeballs like that. Honestly, like, you know, you calling out, I'm right, you're wrong. If we just kind of try to step into each other's shoes, you can see it really isn't that different. And that could be offensive to some people. Mary Graham, why would I have an infected milk duct? I'm not producing milk, Ray. Don't be scaring me now. I was in Scientology for 38 years. I was born and raised in it. Reese, I don't think anyone here realized until just now how unprepared you really are to just show up at church. Yeah. You need to start where the kids do, Bible stories that are easy to grasp. So should I go to like a tiny Bible school for little kids? That's not a bad idea, but it might look weird for me to sit in one of those little chairs. It's not that different. I just have to be honest with you guys. I have been judged and burned at the stakes my whole life about Scientology. Okay. I have been laughed at and ridiculed, and it's a cult, and people have come in or they've seen stuff online. And that's one of the reasons I never talked about Scientology with non-Scientologists. Okay. That's one of the reasons. Going in today and experiencing that didn't seem that far off to me on what we did in Scientology. Didn't seem that different to me. It just didn't. There was a lot of similar aspects to it, I guess. Sore boobs are a sign of perimenopause. Well, I hope so. Again, I'm getting a my first mammogram tomorrow, and I don't want to do it. I love that, Joe Virus. Maybe we can chat about it sometime. Anyway, I feel like we should probably sign off there. I'm sure I just lost a ton of subscribers. Let's check. Let's check so people can go make videos and talk about it over on Reddit. Yep, I lost 5. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. Yeah. Knew it was going to happen. It had to come to this. Had to be done. It had to be done. Amy Dagg. You can experience spirituality without following an organized religion. Christian dogma is not the only one path, and despite what folks are telling you. Well, that's so true. And Amy Dagg, that's a path that I would like to choose, honestly. Spirituality without following organized religion. Do you like comic books? I have something for you. I have no idea. I've never looked at one before, Aunt Nene Hobbs, but thank you for your super chat. As a toddler, I used to run up to the front and show the priest my outfits. Just felt like sharing that. That's adorable. And I could see a tiny Helena doing that. And honestly, I would have done the same thing if I were in church, babe. Rhoda, I see your chat, girl. It's just moving fast. And I was telling a story. Sometimes when I get really involved in telling a story, I stop reading the chats because I'm trying to keep with the actual story. And then sometimes I do a show where we're just kind of shooting the shit chatting and it's more relaxed and I can stop what I'm doing to read and then I go back to it. I love you, Rhoda. Hey, DJ Goldenheart. I completely, Reese. I'm a spiritual woman, but I also call myself a recovering Catholic because of all the judgments and toxicity I experienced from folks in that church. Those aren't my rituals or people. Well, and I trust that 100% because you have really worked on yourself, Teresa. And you're just very thorough and I love you. So thank you for sharing that. I can see that. Hey, Frank, Simon, I feel like we're getting a few more dudes and I love that. Guys, welcome. I want some men. Does Tommy go to church? Yes, he goes to church. Sophia, I grew up Catholic and it's weird if you believe in it. That doesn't matter to you. Doesn't negate that it's a weird ritualistic organization. It is. It just kind of is. And I don't want to shame another religion. I'm not here to be like, you guys are weird and your religions, like, you're wrong. There's one thing. I had a weird experience today in church. I'm sharing that. But I am not going to sit here and go, what you believe is cuckoo. That was the problem. People used to really shame me in Scientology and go, you guys are nuts. You're cuckoo birds. I can't even speak to that because I didn't understand anything they were saying today. I didn't understand anything. What happened to Blake Reed? I don't know. I haven't seen him for a while. Joy of Cats. Have a Christian do some one-on-one study. Well, here's the thing, baby steps, and thank you for your super chat. I'm doing this for Huxley. If I want to take the approach of learning about God, this isn't the way I would do it. I'm doing it because Huxley wants to go to church. And he really did seem to take it all in today. He seemed to absorb it. He seemed to enjoy it. And that's what matters to me. The fact that I'm sitting there going, oh my God, and I'm listening to the rappers behind me, the ladies from Willy Wonka's factory, all those things don't matter because I'm not there for me. I'm there for him. I'm just sharing my experience today and kind of how funny it was. But honestly, it doesn't matter because I'm not there for me. I'm not going to church because I want to explore church. I'm going to church to sit with my son. Thank you, B. Reezy. So that's the point. And I will take him to another one and then another one and then another one. We'll find the right one and he'll enjoy it. And if that's what he wants to do, I already asked him, I said, is this something you want to do every Sunday? And he said, maybe like twice a month, like every other Sunday. And I said, that's great. Whatever you want to do, I'll take him. We'll go explore other churches. And That's the purpose. The purpose is to find a church that Huxley connects with. It's not about me, even though I told the story today. His story would probably be different. He was quiet and he absorbed it. Maybe he understood the message today. I don't know. I know Huxley has much more of a relationship with God, and he prays and he believes in God. And I really, really admire that. I really, really admire that. And I get envious of people who have a relationship with God. I would like to have a relationship with God. I don't think walking through a church that I know nothing about, I don't know anything about the Bible, I don't think that's a good place to start. I just don't. But I will do it for Huxley. I will do it for Huxley. Yeah, he may have a friend at school that goes to church. So I wish there was a non-denominational church around here, but my parents told me there's not. There's a Baptist church nearby. Lots of these Church of Christ church. There's a Methodist church that's not far from here. Now, I've been to a Methodist church. That was Jeff's church. He was a Methodist. I don't know what they're like. I wish there was a church without the singing. I don't like the singing. It makes me feel weird. I really would rather just listen. Oh, Huxley's outside. My mom does not go to church. No, my mom was raised Catholic. She went to Catholic school her whole life. If she was going to give a religion, it would be Catholicism. Baptist church drama. Unitarian. Is that the same? Oh my God. Is that the same as non-denominational? Is Unitarian non-denominational? No to Baptist. Well, I don't know anything about any of these. Again, Church of Christ is what I went to today. Ty Mark, by the way, it's nice to see you. With all the love, if you are not ready, don't force it. If you keep going for someone else, it's never going to make sense to you. You have to want it. That's true. But I'm doing it for Huxley because he wants it, Ty Mark. So it's more important to me to take him because that's something that he wants. And I'm willing to go do that for him. It's just not something I enjoy. And it was a little overbearing. What is a Quaker? Oh, Unitarian is non-denominational, says Rain. Kathy Ann, is there a Unitarian church around here? Yeah, I'm there to support Huxley, guys. I'm there to support Huxley. That's it. I did it for him. JQ was going to church and sleeping with hookers. Yes. Yeah. And he's still very shaming about that. Like being a man of God. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you go to church and hit the crack pipe at the same time. I'm not saying he hit the crack pipe. I'm saying, how are you in a sex cult where you sleep with hookers, you abuse women, but you're a church man? Like I never understood that shit. But his whole family's that way. Don't let anyone tell you are not a good mom after today. Love you. Baby Angel, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for your super chat. Well, if you're in here and you don't hate me, make sure you're subscribed. Please subscribe. Otherwise, we'll continue to lose subscribers and we'll continue to not care because that's how YouTube works. People come, people go. We've got new people. We've got people who decide they don't like me anymore. That is what YouTube is for the haters who like to talk about how I'm losing subs. This is feast or famine. It comes, it goes, it ebbs, it flows. That's just kind of how it works. So I'm not worried about it, but they clearly are the people who are stalking me. Beth Smith, that's such a nice thing to say. Thank you. And Lori Lee, I know you'll be here. The people who matter will be here. And the ones who want to leave at the drop of a hat and be judgmental when they've been nothing but judgmental their whole lives about something. Everybody's judged about something. So if you think you're perfect, get the fuck out. It's totally fine. I don't care. Hey, Mike. I don't like people who, thank you, Analytical Blarney. I don't like people who think they're the most clean here on planet Earth and judge people. I'm sorry, but my boob really hurts. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I will probably try to stream tomorrow night. I have to take Gertie to the vet. I know, P. Taylor. I have to take Linda to the vet tomorrow morning, and then you won't, Sophia. And then tomorrow afternoon, I have a mammogram. So I think that we will, should we go live tomorrow night about my boobs? I think we should do a mammogram live tomorrow night. We can promote getting, checked. But I'm having my first mammogram. You know what I did when I made the appointment? I just wanted to make sure. This is how weird I am. I was like, Alicia, I love you, girl. I was like, this isn't going to be done by a man, is it? Because I didn't want to have to get all cute and dressed up. And not to mention, my boobs are not my best asset. I don't even have a good asset now that I think. Well, that's not true. Tommy would say my butt. And so would Jeff. Most of the guys I've ever been with really, really liked my butt. It's weird. It is a 3D mammogram. I checked with that, but I was like, we're not going to have a dude. We're not going to have a guy groping on my boobs, are we? And she said, no. Love you. Good vibes. Wouldn't that be kind of weird? Has anybody had a man do it? That might be weird. I feel like they would cop extra feels to be like, hold on 1 second. We have to, and they'd be really squishing my boob. Thank you, Rhoda. All right, so let's do a mammogram live tomorrow night. And no deodorant. What? No, I can't do that. What are you talking about? Everyone remember to bring your Christ Krispies for the stream tomorrow night. Snacks are important. Yeah, definitely protein. A Christ Krispie treat is really good. Thank you for the reminder, Andrew. Thank you, Sophia. Can I just put a little bit up here though? What does that have to do with a mammogram? I can't. If I don't wear deodorant, I stink. Robin W., I use Lume deodorant. Doesn't have aluminum in it. Well, can they give me a little wipe or something to wipe it off? I can't. What? No. Guys, if I don't put deodorant on, I stink in 3 hours. Baby steps. Panko, by the way, that's so nice. It looks like there are non-denominational churches in Murfreesboro. Okay. That's a little bit of a ways, but I'll drive. I'll do it. I believe in free speech for Reese. Thank you, Panko. You're always believing in me, and I appreciate that. Lume is fine, says Robin. Bring a wipe. Oh, my boob hurts. This is so weird. Why am I having boob pain? Is it just because I'm afraid of the mammogram? I don't get sore boobs ever. You know how some women do when they're PMSing or they're about to have their period. I just finished my period and I never have had boob pain except when I was pregnant. I'm not pregnant, you guys. Hey, Rhonda Frank. Glad I got to see you today. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. Please make sure that you are subscribed if you want to be. If you're pissed at me about today, I totally get it. People get pissed at me all the time. All right. I love you all. Thank you for listening to the church story. I hope that didn't offend anyone. I don't want anybody to be offended by that. It was just my take. You give your take on Scientology. I just gave my take on what happened today. Hope you can see it through my eyes. But if you're too judgmental and you're very upset, I totally understand. I hope you get a good night's rest and tackle the day tomorrow. Get out there and be somebody. Go write a book. All right, here comes Fred, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you again. Alicia, everybody, thank you for your super chats. Andrew, thank you for becoming a member. I really appreciate your wisdom, guys. Thank you.